Hey there, the first database we're going to look at, and this one's kind of like, I'm not sure if this one's going to work out, but it's worthwhile showing you just in case you find something that you really like about it. In the research databases, oh, and remember, if you're off campus, you already knew this, but if you go to the login there, otherwise you won't have access to this. But in the research databases, we have a lovely librarian database called ulrichs, like the drummer of Metallica. I was trying to remember who that was. Ulrichs Web, Global Serials Directory. This is essentially a huge index of metadata about different publications. So if you do Rolling Stone, or if you do Journal of the American Medical Association, or what have you, what this is an index of all of these different publications. And there's been a lot of Rolling Stones, and you can see where they're coming from. Beware of the country that they're serving. And you can see who's publishing it. So if it's the Oklahoma Department of Libraries, it's not the rock and roll one. I would wager this one with the star next to it. And if you ever see icons, if you just mouse over, you can see if something is reviewed. Rolling Stone, if you click on, oh, by the way, if you do a search for anything, there's always going to be facets down the side. And so you can see these are the things that showed up with Rolling Stone. These are the different formats. Websites don't necessarily show prominently here. It's usually based in the old print paradigm. Content types is really good because you can see where so a lot of these are going to fall under consumer. Unless it would be, there might be some trade publications too for entertainment industry. You can also go, I only want the active publications. So that way you get rid of all the ones that have ceased to be. And you also see subject areas. But more about that. Let's go into the United States one. ISSN, International Serial Standards Number. That's something you could find on Amazon, and you could search by that as well. Or Wikipedia, you can look up Rolling Stone on that. But let's go into their record. And what you're going to get with this is a whole bunch of data about the magazine, like when it started, how many times a year it comes out, their website. There'll be email, probably not a consequential email. The description is important, though, is when you're doing a review, you want to find those things that overlap. So if you have Billboard and Rolling Stone, you could use this to systematically decide which one you're going to look at. Another way of looking at that in a more formal way is subject classifications. These I'm going to show you in a different interface that will do this a little bit better. Title details. I was hoping to find circulation numbers in here, but I didn't, but that's not a deal breaker. One of the things that you should consider when you're looking at it, though, is how much it costs to subscribe to something. If you look at different magazines and you want to compare them back to back, it would only be fair to look at the constituency that is buying these, that they would be roughly the same price. So if you look at one that is like $100 a year or $200 a year, it might be like a trade journal, and only somebody in that industry could subscribe to it, and it would be kind of an apples and oranges comparison. So this is a good way to look at that. These are just people that host the full text content of it, which I will go into in a little bit. Okay, so that is Ulrichs. Dig around in there and see if you can't find something that you're interested in.